All right, guys, thank you for coming out. Whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening, you are listening to this live or you are catching the recording of this. Thank you guys for taking the time to be here. We are joined with Rania Ross, who's a member of the team and development staff, and Seth Richards, who basically is the CEO of Myth's Story of Abraxas. If you're not familiar with what this is, you will definitely become familiar by the time this AMA is over. So Seth, let's just get into the basics of your background. Essentially, where have you come from? What have you done in the space? You know, obviously, I know by talking to you that you've been involved in video games and making video games for a long period of time. So if you could go into that, that would be very helpful.
Okay, no problem. How you doing, everybody? My name is Seth Richards. My background comes into business. So I started off in real estate. Hated it. But yeah, so I started off in real estate. I got into investing. So I started investing into different types of business avenues. I wanted us to create a game in 2016. Basically, I had a passing of one of my children. My daughter passed away. So I wanted to create a video game, basically based off her name, which her name was Athena. So I wanted to create a game around the story of the goddess Athena. So that what got me into game development. And we came up with this idea of the tree of knowledge, what came, the story of the Garden of Eden. And we played with that a little bit. And first we started off as a card game, and it wasn't going too well for me creating it. And the reason why I did not go that route is due to what's going on in the crypto space. So me being actually learning about crypto and everything inside the crypto space and learning about blockchain gaming and NFTs and stuff like that, I've seen what was going wrong inside that place. So me actually getting into the space, learning everything about it, I just basically put my business side inside of crypto and using inside of gaming, and I want to do it the correct way. So I come from, my background is completely in business. So I just added that to the game development by learning game development. I'm actually one of the developers on the project. So that's where the side of the game development side come in. But my background is in business though.
Okay, cool, awesome. So let's just get right into the game itself. You know, we understand why it was created, and so sorry for what had happened.
Yeah.
But really getting into what differentiates this project from so many other projects that are out there that have a similar kind of type of focus, but at the same time are not following through with their initiatives.
Okay, well, the difference between this project is, one thing I'm not going to do is tell everybody what they want to hear. So one thing I did not want to come in here and tell people that this is the future and everything like that. I would let my work speak for itself. We basically move off of transparency, and we want to actually use the community to actually be a part of everything. We show everything inside of the community, as Ms. Lab is in it, Ranye is in it, and some people that's in here is in. We use the community for everything. So some people can be a part of the universe, even if it doesn't matter, right? So what we do is move off of showing first before we ask for anything. That's basically, we wanted to do. A lot of these projects nowadays are coming up with just concepts and stuff like that, and then building off a hype, and then getting people to come into it. We actually wanted to bring value before we ask for something. That comes from the business aspect of it. Before you put your money into something, you should also make sure, what is it bringing you? So we wanted to actually bring something like, inside the digital world, one thing we can't deny that's not going to happen. I mean, that's not going to happen is that crypto is not going to be the top thing. So everybody, we can't deny that's not going to happen. It's going to happen, right? Next thing we can't deny is gaming and metaverse is going to happen. No matter how much gamers try to push back from it, no matter how many people disagree with NFTs and everything, we all can agree that these things are going to be the future. The PFP, which is the profile pictures of the NFTs, those things are dead. They're gone. But the utility of when it comes to what NFT can actually be used for when it comes to side of businesses is where people should be investing and where people are going to. So what we did with our project is we made sure that we wanted that you can actually use NFTs for what they actually are. And the number one thing what our NFTs are for is receipts to prove that you own something and security. So what that means is when you own an NFT of ours inside of the game, and if my camera's not moving, that means I did a hand gesture and the camera's gonna follow me. All right, so back to what I was saying though. When you own an NFT of ours, it shows that you are the owner of it as a receipt of what an NFT actually is. But it also can bring security because we are able to check and see if you are the owner of it and you can't like form or basically make duplicates or counterfeit anything like that and actually take advantage of the game, which makes the price of the token or any type of thing go down. So these things aren't implemented inside of projects. We actually found that that's what NFTs are for. And this is what we're using for, to protect the price of the token and the price of the project. So nothing can get exploited. So that's one thing that we wanted to do. Another thing that separates us from any other project is the fact that we do use the community. For example, if you have a certain NFT, a certain level of NFT inside of the project, you will be a part of the universe. Mr. Live, we're actually working on your artwork right now. Not Mr. Live, Mr. VIP right now. Mr. Live, once we get photos of you, we'll be working on your project. Ranye, a few other people that's inside of here. And not only do we work on you guys' artwork, we give you guys the NFT, so you guys can, when we list it, when we mint it and list it up, when it sells, you guys get the royalties for it. We also give you guys 10 copies of the NFT. Also, we make sure that we put you inside of the mythos of the universe. So let's just say that your character becomes popular or is a very important role inside of the game. We'll make books and stuff that we already have. I'll show you guys on the screen about that. That character will be used inside of books, and when that books get sold, the person of that character, whoever face we're using, whoever we're using, will give royalties to that book. You guys will get 3D models inside of the game, so you guys will get to see yourselves inside of the games. You guys will get royalties when those 3D models get sold and stuff like that, and you get multiple different NFTs. So we wanted to basically put the community inside of the project, and we wanted to make it personal. So inside of the space, this crypto space, is about community. You got Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. Most of these projects are about being together in the community. Got nothing else going for it but just community, right? And we wanted to actually use that aspect, but bring utility and let the people be a part of something. So we wanted to make sure that we actually give you something that you can physically own as well. We get into that in the next few minutes, but we wanted to make sure that you guys can be a part of something by actually you can see yourself.
Awesome. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't don't you share a screen, Seth, and show people what this is all about, and essentially give people a better fundamental understanding of the game and graphics and things of that nature, so they can kind of visualize it.
Okay, no problem. All right, let me see. Can y'all see this screen here?
Yes.
It's a hand. Okay, got you. Perfect. All right. So this is the website. I'm going to get into, and speaking of the graphics, I wanted to talk about this. When it comes to the play to earn games, and I want you guys to also understand, I'm very, very honest. I'm very honest. And when it comes to the play to earn space, before I show everything right here, the games aren't fun. So if you guys are going to invest in any type of play to earn model, you want to make sure that the game is fun. As an investor, if you don't play video games, because you got to understand that your market and who you're marketing to, even if you're not the person like myself, as my job as a developer is for you guys to make money, right? You want to make sure that you can basically know where your market is at. And the market is gamers. A lot of companies, another thing that separates us between other things is a lot of companies, these projects don't actually market to who they're supposed to market to. They market to the investors when the investors aren't going to actually make them the money for the make the investors their money back, or make the money for the investors to get their money back. Our goal is to, you know, if you're an investor and you don't play games, this is a great project for you. But our main focus is the game first, whereas making the game fun to play. Because if we get the gamers to play the game, for example, going on Twitch, the game can get played on Twitch, the game can get played on YouTube. Then you know you have a product. Not only would the product be, you know, all over the place from gamers playing it, but then sponsors from other companies such as YouTube and Twitch will come in. Other projects and products aren't focusing on that. They just focus on how much money you can extract from the people. And we're actually moving away from that and focusing on the gamer, because we know that those are the people that's going to actually make the money for the investors. So everything ties together. So let's go into, let's go to the lore thing real quick. So we have everything running together, whereas everything makes sense. So we're based off the SAP Foundation, which is internet mythos, if you know what that is. It's basically like internet stories where people can, another large community can come together and create like entities or just any type of thing they want, and basically build upon that. So here, what we got here is we have books. These books right here aren't finished at all. Of course, we're working on it. And these are going to be the books that can be sold. So again, like I said, the community will be a part of these books. Some of you guys will be featuring in these books. You'll be talked about. And everything is interactive. So when you come in here, you see these books. And I'll show you the gameplay in a second. You can see that these things are interactive. You can read it. And right here, you'll see it says coming soon. So it's not just going to be a play to earn game or NFTs or crypto coin, and that actually going to have the like book sales and stuff. We're going for bigger things than that as well. When it comes to the mythos as well, we actually have an ARG, which is alternate reality gaming, where we have, I think about 10 different websites that's like not actual real websites, but they're websites to actually tell you about the game. So this isn't an actual real company, but this is an actual company inside of the game. So when you guys see the game, when you see the game and stuff like that, you actually see Ozone Media inside of the game. You can actually market your business. So if you have a business, or if you are a marketing company, you can actually market your company or another person's company inside of this game, inside of the metaverse. Here is some of the graphics, and here's some of the gameplay. This is a concert, and that's a zombie on there. And this is the game right here. So this is just showing that music artists can actually throw concerts inside of here. And this is one of the websites. So this is one of the websites. Let's go back. Okay, right here. This is a Twitter right here. This is another part of the ARG, where we're going to still building us up right now. Right now we're dealing with Unreal Engine 5, and Unreal Engine 5 is very buggy right now. But this is a Twitter, as you can see. This isn't a real person, but 1 second. Let's see if I can't skip past this. All right, I'm not going to log in on her because I don't actually have this now on this computer. But so that's not a real person, but she's actually going to be giving updates of what's going on in the world, and they're basically keeping people updated on that. So that's one way right there. Let's go into the assets for a second. And I just wanted to show you guys how we do things a little different here. So here are everything. If you want to know about the project, you come here, and these books tell you everything. Some of these aren't finished yet. So for example, we do literally everything different here. So this is the white paper, and this is how we did our white paper. We did our white paper in the format of a newspaper. So as you can see, here are the graphics of the game. Going into what Mr. Love asked about what makes us different, we wanted to make sure that, you know, our games, our game that we made is actually visually beautiful to look at as well, where these games that out here nowadays is terrible looking games. You know, we actually go on a step 15 years back, and a lot of the games that you guys are seeing inside the play to earn space that have all the hype and stuff like that, those games can be created in 48 hours. I can actually create those games in 48 hours. So a lot of these projects are paying, you know, small developers to create quick games, and then just basically pay influencers to shield the project. And then, you know that what happens at the end of that, rug pulls and stuff like that. And we did not want to do that. We actually wanted to actually build something that's beautiful to look at, has a good story, and it talks about this. So as you can see in this right here, this actually reads like a newspaper, and it talks to you when you read it. It talks to you like you're inside of their universe, inside of the game's universe and stuff like that. So, and this is the white paper. So these are part of the games right here, as you can see. As you can see, this is how our NFTs look. We actually wanted to make sure our NFTs are actual art. We won't have like varieties of like a picture where the background is blue, the background is pink, the background and stuff. All our NFTs will be different. Just as you can see, all the artwork in the books is different. And we wanted to make sure that everything we do is time put into it. So just wanted to show you this real quick. As you can see, every book is different, and these things, whatever you want to know about the project is in these books. So we wanted to just make sure that we create something that's immersive, other than just give me money, buy NFTs, and just be patient and hopefully the project works. We didn't want to do that. So we actually have, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead, Mr. Love. But I want to explain this very quick. We actually have something here where these are, again, more websites. These is the DOC, which stands for Disease and Outbreak Control. This is basically based off of WHO, and the other company is based off of the CDC. These are actual organizations inside of the game, but if you're reading here, they basically just tell you the mythos inside of the game. And I'm guys, just let you guys know something, show you guys something real quick. So just show you how much work we put in here, which is why I say we don't sleep over here. I don't know, Ryan, I think this is supposed to be the NFT. This is supposed to be an NFT right here, but you guys can come here, and it's supposed to be a free NFT, and you guys can mint it. And then when you mint it, and when it sells, if you sell it, you guys will actually get another NFT. So the person that purchased the NFT from you, they will get an NFT, and you will get an NFT. And that's actually going to be like another game, which we'll go into another time. But let me go into one more thing, and then Mr. Love, you got it. All right. You can ask me anything you need. All right. The last thing to show difference between us and any other project is how we do land here. So when it comes to land, okay, when people buy tiles and stuff like that, a lot of us, right, other than myself, I don't know anybody else here, or any an environment specialist, or any architects, or anybody that know how to use any engine software. When you buy tiles and stuff, you have to actually move off of hoping that someone will buy the tile, and then that company, or like, you know, Coca-Cola or something, buy the tile from you, and then they build upon it. This is a dream that we were sold. You got like people like Gary Vee and stuff like that will tell people that these certain things that will happen inside of the metaverse and the blockchain, and none of that stuff is true. It's not going to happen for many reasons. What we wanted to do is we wanted to give you guys actual real estate. So these are buildings that's inside of the game. For example, the space station. This is actually a space station inside of the game, when you can actually look up in the sky inside of the game, and you will see this thing floating inside that. When you go in there, it has bedrooms, food, and stuff like that, and it gives you special missions and stuff. Now, another difference between us and any other project is how much work, again, we put into it, because this is every single one of these buildings I'm going to show you have their own website. I'm not going to show you every website, but they have their own website. So it explains every building, tell you the history of them and all that stuff like that, and it gives you a full story of that. So it tells you about basically the history of the franchise there. So we actually give you these right here. Another thing that's different between us and the projects is the more popular the game is, the more money people make. So I'm not going to give you any promises, but if I were to say the game is very popular, say we have, when the game releases, let's say in the first month, let's say 20,000 people playing in the first month. In one server of 50, if we got 50 different servers, all named after states, 50 different servers, all named after states, and let's say that the servers fill up, I think we're gonna have them go like 180 people. These are all different places. We got gas stations and stuff like that. And when people purchase these buildings, you guys are actually own them. You guys, when you own these buildings, you have your own wallet addresses with these buildings, just in case you rent it out and stuff like that. That's for security. And when people buy from these things, they would actually that's actual real money that's going to your accounts, your wallet addresses. So let's just say that you own a gas station. I think the gas station is there. I think we put that up here already, right? Let's see. No, gas station isn't up here yet. Oh, let's just use the car dealership. Let's just say that someone purchases a vehicle from you, which you have multiple vehicles in the side of the game. Let's say somebody purchases a vehicle from you, that money will go inside of the wallet and you actually get that. Now, what you purchase that with, when people purchase stuff with, is in-game currency that you can actually transfer into real currency and stuff like that. So we wanted to make sure that we protect the token as well with that as well, which we don't have enough time to explain all that. I will be making videos explaining that for you guys. I would like for you guys to join the community. We go into that type of stuff a little further and just see how the community is ran and everything, and go into a little more things. There's a lot. It's a very deep project. A lot of it. Just go ahead after this, check it out. As you can see, literally every website, every business here, and there's more business coming, have their own website, have their own story and everything like that. And even this one here, you can actually take a driving test. I'm gonna just show you guys. I'm not gonna take the test for you, but I'm gonna show you guys how in depth this thing is. It's actually a full driving test. So, and basically it's actually, a parody. So just think about like Grand Theft Auto here. But yeah, hopefully that kind of explained as much, Mr. Love.
Yeah, no, it does. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, honestly, not to be whatever, but I think a lot of it probably went over a lot of people's heads, which is okay. Totally understand, because it's a very in-depth project.
Yeah.
But what I want you to possibly do is, can you possibly show an in-game demo or a type of trailer, just to show what the graphics would be like, so that people can get a better understanding of what they could look like?
Okay. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Let's see. Let me pull up one thing. One second. Let me pull up one thing. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I'm not gonna go to the engine way, right? Because that's gonna take all day, but I can definitely do this. Let's see. Promo video. There you go. Yep. All right. 1 second. Where's that video, bro? Right here. Where's the video? What screen is this? Okay. 1 second. This would be considered screen 3. I got a lot of screens there. Excuse me, you guys. Let me see. What screen? Do y'all see financing? Do y'all see this screen?
Financing.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right, let's see. So right now, I want you guys to know one thing too. This is not optimized too. Just let you know, this is not the final graphics, okay? This is not the final graphics. I'm going to show a few more. Let me see, S&P Burning Child. I'm gonna show that video as well. These are not the final graphics. These we are still as making it even more beautiful than what you guys are about to see right now. 1 second. So let me get the S&P Burning Child video. And if we have another time, we do another thing. I actually will even play the game with you guys. And I'm also trying to set up where people can actually come test the game as well too. But you gotta have a powerful computer. You gotta have a powerful PC. 1 second. All
right, so a basic PC can't run this right now.
Not right now. No, this is you can have a mid PC. You have a mid one, but it isn't going to be able to you're not going to be able to run this on like a old PC. It's going to melt your computer. All right, so here's this one right here. So this is what it looks like. You know, still optimizing it.
Yeah, it looks good the way it is, man.
Yeah, this is gonna look much better than this though. That's not even finished. And mind you, to let you know that we're only Ranye, how long we're in development? I think we're only 8 months, 7 months. Only 7 months of development.
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
Yeah, and we still got 3 to 4 more years.
And you got to think that a few of those months was making the card game, so this is an entirely different project.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the next question would be, can you go through the 5 levels of keys so that people understand the different levels of keys?
Yes. I could definitely do that. One moment, 1 second, because I'm actually going to show you. Let me see, Burning Child. 1 second. I want to show you guys this real quick. Just
You want me to take keys after you do whatever you're about to do?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead. You can do that. You heard me, right?
Right. Yeah, let me get ready to share my screen for this part.
All right. Let me explain this video. Can I see this video real quick?
Yep, good.
All right. So this is S&P Burning Child, right quick. You know, as you guys probably can tell, this is a horror game as well. So the reason why I'm gonna go into that real quick, Mr. Lau. The reason why I chose a horror game and FPS, which is first person shooter, or not first person shooter, but this is a third person shooter game too as well. The reason why I went down this route to make a survival game is because those are the most popular things right now, and horror games gets a lot of attention. I'm talking about millions of people who watch this. These are the things that blow up on YouTube. So I pay attention to data and stuff like that. So what I did, again, like I said, my as a developer, my job is to make sure that you guys make money. But on the developer, on the side of the fans and what the people that we're marketing to, our job is to make sure that they have fun, right? So which is why a lot of the stuff will go over a lot of people's head and stuff like that, is because it's not for you guys, you investors, to understand all that stuff and go digging through all that stuff like that. It's for the community and people that play the games to actually go read the story and come up with theories and stuff like that. So if you ever heard of people like game theory, where they actually try to break down and understand the coding and you know, just basically try to come up with their own idea of what the game is basically telling them. That's basically what I've created. So for people, for the community, come together and put the ideas of what the game is saying, what is the story about, and all that stuff like that. So I want to talk about this Burning Child for 10 seconds. This is a SAP monster that we have come up with. So right now, again, this is not fully optimized. This is a little scene of what the game will possibly look like with the not possibly like it's gonna look like way better than this, but this is how far we're going with this. All right, so I'm gonna show you this real quick, and then Ryan, you want to take the keys. I'll go over little things that you may not know of. And this is Burning Child. So this looks pretty nice, but it's still a little more things that can be done a little better with this, and we're still working on that. So it actually looks even better right now, what I got now, than this right here. So yeah, this is what we have here. All right, Ryan, you can take the floor for
Cool.
now.
All right, you want to stop your screen share?
Yep.
All right, so this website that I'm about to take y'all to is basically it's supposed to be like a mini info site that was created while our full website that Seth was showing you was being created, but it's still a good way to get a glimpse of what the project is about and to send people who are interested in the project so they can learn about it while they decide if they want to invest. So basically, and I'll post this link in the chat as well after this. But basically, when you come to the site, it's going to tell you the instructions to swipe through. You're going to have all the socials. Obviously, you're going to want to join the Telegram and or the Discord. You got a little intro video just to kind of show the graphics. This is a kind of outdated one, but it still kind of shows.
Very outdated.
It shows a little bit of the graphics that we are upgrading from, but even these are really nice. And then that's one of the vehicles you can actually own inside the game. It's the actual NFT. So most of the stuff in the game is going to be like vehicles, weapons, and stuff. You're actually going to be able to own those as NFTs. People that have characters in the game, they're going to have their own little signature weapons or vehicles, what have you. And then you got the powers being displayed here, and that's just like one of them, like telekinesis. But basically, that's what they're going to see. They're going to get a intro. Then they're going to have this video, which is like a full breakdown of the project. This one is about the passive income opportunities inside of the game. So like owning the business. So definitely, if you haven't checked out at least that video, I would definitely recommend that. Since that video has been done, there's been even more businesses added. And so basically what you're able to do inside the project, if you think of something like a Grand Theft Auto where you're in this virtual world and you're having to buy things like weapons, you're having to buy food for your character and stuff like that, all that money is basically just going into like an abyss where nobody really gets paid for that. But inside of Myths, the money that you spend is actually going to players who own the businesses, and you are one of those players if you own keys and things like that, or landlord deeds to get like marketing rights to the land and stuff like that. So basically, what we created was these tiers of keys that are basically like, if you're familiar with gaming, it's like your tier of whatever loot you're going to get. So basically, depending on the level of investment you're going to come in at, you're going to decide, okay, what's the minimum that I'm going to want to come in to get the best ROI inside the game. So basically, the tiers are going to be Tyro, which is the very bottom, obviously the most popular because it's the cheapest one. All of the prices that you're seeing for the keys are in USDC on the Polygon network. And it's great that we're using the Polygon network because it's a lot cheaper than running it on ETH. To make these keys and to like to mint the actual NFTs, you have to do several additions to the blockchain, and each one of those have gas fees. So like say for me to make a Tyro key and to put it on the actual blockchain, I have to do like 5 different additions to the blockchain, and for each one of those I have to pay gas fees. But with Polygon, it's like, I don't know, maybe 3 cents total for all of it. So it's very cheap and it's good for the community because when you're buying something, you're not paying so much more than the actual price. And of course, USDC being a stable coin, it makes it easier to where the price of the item doesn't actually fluctuate that much. So you know that you're going to have the amount that you need and you don't have to worry about going so much over. So basically the tiers are going to be Tyro, Supreme, Master, Cosmic, and Abraxas. And you can see here what they actually look like as the keys. These are actually changing, but this is just some of the awesome digital artwork made by Energy, our graphic designer. But basically, with the keys, as most of you here are key owners and you know, you're going to get different amount of in-game items that you're going to be able to get. So it's going to be like food items, ammunition, stuff that basically allows you to survive inside of the game. And even if you're not a gamer, you'll be able to get these items as NFTs and you'll be able to sell them, rent them out, what have you. So it's the focus of it isn't actually just being inside the game and being a gamer. It's actually for people who actually want to have a business, but they don't want to have a traditional business where you have a lot of overhead, you have to do a lot of sales, you have to get customers yourself. All the stuff inside the game is the customers coming to your business without even necessarily having to know who you are, because they're having to buy stuff inside the game that they need just to play the game, like weapons, vehicles, or what have you. So basically, you have Tyro here, which is going to give you like the rewards tier 1. And so what we're going to be doing is every so often, there's going to be loot crate drops of different tiers based on the key that you have. And it's going to have NFTs of different things. You're going to have like special armor. You might have some vehicles. You might have a house in there. And these are going to be things that are going to be exclusive to the key holder. So you won't be able to actually just get these inside of the game. So they're going to be very valuable. So even if you're thinking about the price of like a Tyro, 150 USDC, the stuff that you're going to be getting inside those drops, one of those items could be worth well more than 150 USDC. So it's already going to be a good idea to pay that one-time fee and be that key holder for even that low of a tier. So if you're thinking like the other ones like Supreme and Master are too high, you don't have to worry. You can just start at Tyro, and then as you're actually getting revenue in the game when it actually drops, you can upgrade your keys as long as there are keys available. Most people now are coming in at Supreme, and then one of the biggest differences between the levels is the type of stash house that you're getting inside the game. So Seth was talking about tiles earlier, where people are paying thousands of dollars to have these little 3 squares which have no utility. People are just basically flipping them to get more money. But inside the game, when you get a house, you're actually getting an actual physical place that you can go into, use it to rest inside of the game. You can rent these out. So if you have the house itself, you're making revenue from that as like a rental property, and you don't have to have a real estate license or anything like that. And then obviously you're going to get the mounts that are going to be kind of cool, like the hoverboard, the hover bike, and stuff like that. So as you go up, you're going to get different tiers of stuff. And where it gets interesting is the master key, because it has your own personal server, which we're changing the wording on that because it's basically you're getting the monopoly of the marketing inside the server. So inside the game, we're going to have TV screens, we're going to have billboards, we're going to have blimps, and all these things are going to be areas where you can actually market inside the game. And if you own one of these keys, master key or higher, you're basically going to get to decide what is displayed on those different ones in that server. So as far as a marketing standpoint, you're having hundreds of thousands of players playing a game. Think about like a Grand Theft Auto. If you're seeing a billboard and it's going to be interactive where you can actually go to the website that's on the billboard, and you're going to be able to show off your products, your business, what have you, inside of a game where it's lots of traffic, where people are actually going to be able to notice that, instead of like on a traditional billboard where it's like on a highway and people passing by and not really paying attention to it. So having one of those is super important if you're thinking about having an investment where it's like, I call them our retiree NFTs, because having one of these and having a business side of game, like think about it, if you've owned a traditional gas station, which I'm sure nobody here has, you're making lots of money just from people buying gas. And in this one, you don't have any overhead. You don't have to pay for the fuel actually. There are some things where like you have to have materials to make like the ammunition and stuff like that, but you're not actually having to pay out of pocket because you're having customers that are buying from you, and then you're just in turn selling those items, and then we're making the munitions and stuff like that. And we're gonna have like videos that explain a lot of the kind of in-depth ways that the businesses are gonna work and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about being confused. And we'll have meetings with business owner key holders that will go over exactly how everything works. So definitely, I know that was a lot of
I'm gonna
information.
add a little more to that, because this actually has to be updated a lot, because there's even more to that to add to that. Can I go a little bit over it? All right.
Yeah, let me. You need my screen, or are you gonna share?
Yeah, I share my screen for a second.
All right.
All right, so I just want to add these quick things real quick. The keys have been updated. So I want you guys to also understand one thing. We're always working on the project, updating it, so to make it better for people. So the keys are actually getting a complete remodel. What he's talking about, the billboards, you will see these all over the place. You'll see these all over the place, all over. It's 3 different maps, 3 different cities. Well, not cities, but 2 cities in actual forest. And you will see these things. When you walk around certain places, as like the slum area was like New York, you actually would hear some like the marketing ads. So if you have an ad like Facebook and stuff, like if it has audio, when you standing at the corner, it would be playing. So you can see it on the billboard, on a blimp, like you said, and the audio will be playing. If you're in the car, if there's audio ad, it would play inside of the car. It could play inside of the laptops that's inside of the game, even in the televisions. But that's just the ad part. Add to the keys, when people play the game and they get the resources, for example, like scrap, or wood, or whatever the case may be, and they sell it to the store owners, right? The store owners can actually sell those items. That's what the keys are for also, because it gives them access to the market. Now, the market is an actual off game. That's actually, that's basically another ARG, which is us. And we actually buy the resources off of you guys. So we, as the company, the project, will actually buy the NFTs from the game from you guys. And this is, we keep this, is basically like running an actual real economy. I'm going to show you guys in a second. As I think it's inside of assets. And this will actually is basically keep the money floating with inside of the project, also making sure that nothing crashes or anything. We will have events where the economy inside of the game crashes, not the actual like token or the value of the game. For example, I'll explain that in a second. We go into this book right here, and it talks about the market. And if, 1 second, if certain things, if we don't have, like, for example, let's say that we don't have enough scrap metal to create certain types of ammo, then we won't be able to, like, for example, right here, we don't have a certain amount of resources to create this type of ammo right here, then we won't be able to mint the ammo, and we won't be able to put the ammo inside of the game the next following month. Which means that if any stores, any owners who have these type of stores own this ammo, then you guys will be able to increase the price of how much you sell your ammo for. For another thing that's pretty cool, that no server will be the same inside of the game, because it's all about the investors. Y'all can also set the price of any of the items that you guys are selling. So every store will be the same, because some stores might sell ammo a little higher than the other, and some, vice versa. But the keys allow you access to the market, which that website will be coming out and at the end of this year, or at the beginning of January. So that's going to be like a social media side where you guys will be able to talk to each other, find people to work for you. There's going to be like the stock market on there, which, that's also going to be inside of the game. And you guys will also be able to access the market. So that's what the keys are for, to give you access to the market, so we can actually buy stuff off of you, and you will be able to get exclusive items that people cannot get inside of the game, and you will be able to place them inside of your store. So, for example, we mint a new vehicle that we won't sell to the gamers. If you guys go into the market, you see a vehicle that you don't have inside of your car dealership, you can actually purchase that vehicle, and then what you will get, you'll get 40 basically 40 sets of those vehicles, and then you'll be able to sell those vehicles for whatever price. So the vehicles, we sell them for like you'll be able to mint them for like 20 to 30 bucks, and then you can sell them to the gamers for about $100 or whatever price you want, whatever they buy it for, you can sell it for. And that's basically what the keys, and that's why you want to hold on to the keys, because or rent the keys, because the keys give people access to, if they hold a key inside their wallet, they give them access into the market. And yeah, that's it.
Got it. Wow, that's pretty cool. There's a lot obviously in detail here, but the last the last question that I would basically have myself is, so obviously we're investing into the keys and into what the keys are going to give in terms of usability, utility, and future drops that we'll have in the future. In addition to that, I know that there will be, in the future, there will be an actual token that will be launched, correct?
Yes, the token will be launched. Yep. That token, so there's in-game money, and then there's in-game money, which is, you got the USD, Bitcoin, and rubles. That's the in-game money. And then we have the token, which is called hidden token, or hidden credit. And that's basically in-game money that you guys would be able to exchange for like Ethereum and stuff like that. I mean, not in-game money, our token that should be able to exchange for Ethereum and stuff. Now, the in-game money, and this is where a lot of play-to-earn models, they all fail at, is because they are giving people they're attaching their game to the actual token, where so like for example, Axie Infinity just dumped and just it literally just died, which it wasn't smart, because if they actually gave them an end-game currency where they can exchange for the token, where people can buy the token and stuff like that, so they can exchange the end-game currency for the token, and Axie Infinity wouldn't have the problem, or any other projects wouldn't have the problem with what they did. Another thing, why we went this route, is for gamers who are against crypto, gamers who are against NFTs do not actually have to own an NFT, purchase an NFT, or have to involve themselves with crypto at all to play this game. So they don't have to attach their wallet or anything. They can just play the game regularly. But the good side of that is an investor that owns one of the properties or stores inside of the game can still make money from that person. So when that person is paying with in-game currency, the person that has the key again in the store could then transfer and exchange that in-game currency into an actual token. That makes sense, Ms. Left?
Yep, I follow
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, so in the future, will there be the token itself? Will that be one that launches on BSC or Ethereum or anything like that? Or will
Yes.
only yes? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
We actually is actually ready. We just want to make sure that everything is smooth before we push things out. We don't want to just collect anything before. We want to make sure everything's in a row.
So potentially we're looking at like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 1%. Yeah. Yeah. Brian much shorter than that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a question here. Basically, it's saying, what's the conversion rate for the in-game tokens to the actual token? What is that going to be if we have that information?
The conversion from the in-game tokens. So that right there, I'm still in the middle of working on how the economy would work out on that. So that's not right. We don't have that those rates right now. Due to 3 different types of currencies. When it comes to the ruble and the USD, now what I'm doing, because this game universe is actually basically built off of the real world, and that's what the ARG, the ARG will actually interact with us. So you guys, and that's why the website looks like this, and it's going to look better. I'm actually waiting on what's going on with the US dollar right now. So right now in the world, if you guys are up on your news, the US dollar is going down, and China and Russia is trying to basically make their currency the dominant currency. So if rubles actually take over and become the dominant currency, then rubles will be worth more than the American dollar inside of this game. Also, one thing about the property inside of here, so when you get houses and stuff like that, Ryan was talking about, you can actually furniture the house however you want it. You can paint the walls, whatever. And we have a store inside here called Indoors, where it has like chairs, all that stuff there. And I'm bringing that up again. You could do Bitcoin mining. It's not going to be the value of actual Bitcoin. So that will also matters to the gamers. So how popular, if the Bitcoin is inside of the game, it would be the value of Bitcoin. So that makes sense. You guys, Ranye, listen live, that makes sense. Hopefully that answered. So on the Bitcoin part, it all depends on how popular it is used inside of the game, and that's what set the value of the Bitcoin. But we're going off of I'm waiting for to have the conversion. I'm waiting to see what's going on with American dollar versus ruble right now.
And real quick, would the token itself, would it be launched on Matic, or would it be launched on BSC, or which one?
It's on Matic right now. It's already on Matic.
It's on Matic. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So we got about 5 more minutes. If someone has any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat, but I'm pretty sure Seth knocked out everything you could almost think of. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have questions, great. If not, then we can end the session for today, and then we can do a follow-up when there's more updates and basically educate the community more to what's going on. And
Yeah, yeah, you guys gonna need a lot of education with this one. If you're not a gamer, if you're not a gamer, on the financial side, just pay attention to the videos I will release on the financial side of how you guys can make a return on that. But gamers, on if you're a person that plays video games, just go through the stuff and read and stuff like that. It could just to understand the universe and pay attention. Or if you like movies and stuff like that, or if you like good stories and stuff, this will be something, and it will all come together once you read and all the stuff like that. But can I add one thing, Mr. Love?
please.
When it to the conversion, I would say the conversion on how frequent you guys can make money. Now, if you own a business here, as Ryan was talking about, let's say I think the most popular businesses that once I say we go to alpha, but once we go to alpha, we got to test this out. So that's where people will be able to make money like all day, every day. Depending on the business that you purchase. So for example, gas stations will be popular. I know that would be popular. Weapon stores, which with ammo and food. Because you have to eat in this game, you have to drink or you die. You will die if you don't eat or drink. And you need ammo. You won't be able to find ammo just any and everywhere inside of this game. So those places will be very popular, and those places will be used all day, every day. So if the game is popular, and which is why I want you guys to understand why the metaverse, which we've been had the metaverse forever, by the way. The metaverse is a new concept. Grand Theft Auto, World of Warcraft, all these things are metaverses. Just the business, the corporate side is now realizing that you can monetize and just make a bunch of money inside of this thing, because just what I'm talking about right now. If this was a thing, people, a lot of these gaming companies would be like, Tesla and stuff. You can be making money all day because 24 hours a day, video games are played all day, every day. So on a conversion rate when it comes to selling something or making money inside of the game, on that aspect, that I don't have an answer to, and I can never answer that because it's unlimited. The possibilities is unlimited. It's all about where you purchase your properties at. If you purchase in a prime real estate where it's a popular area inside of the game, and then somebody will always be buying something there. But just know, normally people always need ammo. People will want cars and stuff like that. If you own land, if somebody kill an animal or loot a body on your land, or pick one of the resources, build on top of your land, you actually will get paid for that. So again, the possibilities is endless. And that's why people are getting inside of the gaming industry, by the way. I just want y'all to know, because the possibilities inside of the gaming industry is endless.
Awesome. All right, well, Seth, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate this. Was a great AMA. You taught people a lot. And so, guys, if you want to get more information, then in the chat, we have put the Telegram link. I will put the Telegram link in the YouTube recorded version, as well as any other links that you guys may need. So Seth, Energy, and Ranye, thank you guys so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming out. Thank you.